They're all frauds. They are all liars. They are skunks. And they ought to be held up for public ridicule. Obama said he wants to restore science to its rightful whatever. Then he ought to be leading the way to find out who these people are, what they've done, who they've infected, who went along with them, calling them out by name, making sure that every scientist at every university in this country that's been involved in this is named and fired, drawn and quartered, or whatever it is. Because this is a worldwide hoax, and its primary target was you, the people of the United States of America.
Climate change hoax. Now we find out that this institute, in fact, was hiding from the people of Great Britain and the world that, in fact, climate change is a hoax, something I've been saying for a long time. Why would they try to hide it if there wasn't another agenda?
Climategate, they're calling it, a new scandal over global warming, and it's burning up the internet. Have the books been cooked on climate change?
Those who doubt that man-made greenhouse gases are changing the climate say these emails from Britain's University of East Anglia show climate scientists massaging data and suppressing studies by those who disagree. That's led to angry headlines on both sides of the Atlantic and angry politicians.
It's junk science, and it is a part of a massive international scientific fraud.
Hot topic. Did scientists skew their research to support theories about global warming?
Just as the world seems finally poised to do something about global warming, an inconvenient scandal.
Let's start with the science that has been so settled for all these years.
Skeptics of climate change suddenly have plenty of new fodder.
There's increasing evidence of scientific fascism that's going on.
1,000 emails dating back more than a dozen years stolen from a top climate research center in Britain. One of the most damning email exchanges credits man with a trick to hide the decline in temperatures. In another, the head of the National Center for Atmospheric Research writes a colleague, "The fact is, we can't account for the lack of warming at the moment, and it is a travesty that we can't."
They probably see the email that was sent a couple of months ago by one of the leaders of global warming, the initiative, and, almost saying, I guess they're saying it's a con. And, they see things like that. They see the fact that in Washington, where I'm building a big development, nobody can move because we have 48 inches of snow. And the snow isn't melting because it's so cold. And in New York, we've had the coldest winter on record.
Now, these companies that sort of said, all right, we're parting ways, Mr. President, do you think this is the beginning of a floodgate?
Well, I do think so. I think that the memorandum or whatever it was that they found a few months ago was devastating by the leaders of the movement of global warming. I think that was devastating because that basically said, you people are a bunch of jerks to follow us, and we're just kidding. And I really think that was the beginning. And now, a lot of people like me have been saying this for a long time. We've been out. We've been watching. In 1928, they had a magazine cover, a major magazine, talking about global cooling. And it is. It's probably getting a little bit warmer. And then in a number of years or decades, it'll get a little bit cooler. But to think that you can't use hairspray in your bathroom because it's going to destroy the ozone, I mean, it's called give me a break.